everybody, my name is Gabby and I graduated college 2 weeks ago! Cheers! So yeah, I haven't been on here in a while because school. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience and things I wish I knew before I started college. This is going to be a two-part video. Right now I'm going to talk about what I wish I knew about college in general, and then my next video I'm going to talk about what I wish I knew about nursing school specifically. For those of you who don't know, I just graduated with my BSN in nursing, soon to take the NCLEX, pray for me. So one thing about me, before I started college, I looked up like everything. I wanted to know as much as I could about college. I was so excited for my college experience. I did have a great experience, but there are some things that I do wish I knew that probably would have made my experience even better, and things that did not come up when I was doing my own research. So here are 10 things I wish I knew before I started college. So number one is to choose your friends wisely. Your freshman year, the college friends you make freshman year will probably change, and that's okay. But for me, I kept the same friend group since second semester freshman year all the way towards the end, and I love them, don't get me wrong. But there's some things that I do wish I did change up, that I reached out to different people because I wanted more of an experience that they didn't want, and I think that influenced a lot of my experience. And reach out to different kinds of people. Reach out to people who are outside of your major, who are in different clubs other than you. I went to a small liberal arts college, so everyone knew everybody, and I didn't learn that until my last semester, which is when I really reached out and met a lot of people. When you're joining clubs and trying to get involved, take the bias that you hear from other people out. There's a couple clubs and organizations that I do wish I joined, but I didn't because other people told me this about that club and how these people are not nice and this and that. I wish I got my own experience with that instead of listening to their bias, because everyone has a different experience, and I do think it would have changed some of the clubs that I joined, or made me join other clubs than what I usually would join. And I kind of wish I kept more of an open mind when joining clubs, because I joined the clubs that I knew that I would like. I love dance and theater, so I definitely tried to join those clubs. And theater was hard for me to join, but I'm going to talk about that later. And dance club was great, but that was the only club I was in. And I wish I reached out to different clubs that I wouldn't think I would want, but then I could still meet different people and then learn from them. So keep an open mind when you're looking through clubs. Now I'm going to talk about dating apps. Almost every single person who is in college is on a dating app. Honestly, they might not even be single if they're on a dating app. The thing about dating apps, it's a tricky slope, because dating apps are actually really addictive. I was on quite a few. And they were fun, but they also were not. It's a lot of disappointment, and honestly, you are very unlikely to meet the love of your life on a dating app. I know some people do, whatever, but it's very, very unlikely that you're gonna meet the love of your life on a dating app. And then a lot of people on dating apps just want hookups and like situationships and shit like that. That's not me. If that's you, go for it. If you're like me and like being in a relationship, don't go on dating apps, because like I said, they're very addictive, and I think it's gonna take away from the actual college experience, because you're gonna be so focused on the dating app rather than living out college, you know? Rent your textbooks if you can, but not all textbooks, because for me, nursing, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit because I don't know if it's the same for other majors. We had to reuse a couple textbooks from multiple classes, so those books definitely buy, but for the rest of them, rent them or try to find a free PDF online. You are very likely to find it. I know someone who could always find it. So I don't know how, but just always check, see if you can find a free PDF online. And then I would say rent them, because then you're just stuck with a clutter of a bunch of textbooks that you're never gonna look at again. And also it's cheaper. Now, I disagree with a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna say, don't go to the bookstore. I went to the bookstore because it was guaranteed the right edition of the book that I needed for that class. It is more expensive, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt, that advice. Also, don't get your textbooks until you actually need them, in my opinion, because sometimes you are told you need a textbook and then you never open it. I did that quite a lot. I recommend not getting textbooks unless you absolutely need to, and if so, rent them if you can, or try to find a free PDF one online. If you are able to manage your time well, you will be shocked at the experience that you will get. As a nursing major, I was told before I even started college that basically my life was gonna be nursing, that I wouldn't have time to join like any clubs or do anything. And that is bullshit. Because I know a lot of people who were nursing majors who graduated with me, some even with honors, and were on sports teams or in different clubs, a bunch of clubs. I know someone who was in like almost every club, and she was a nursing major. And so if you have a difficult major, you can still join a bunch of clubs or do a bunch of things in college without it ruining your GPA, if you can manage your time well. And that is something that I do wish I knew, because I did not do theater all of college, and I love musical theater so much, but I didn't do it because I thought I wouldn't have the time. And honestly, a couple years, yeah, I couldn't, but last year I really could have managed it, and that's something that was eating me alive last semester. If you can manage your time well and you really want to be a part of something, you can do it. That you will figure it out, it will work out. Try to join as much as you can, even if you have a difficult major. Try to take a leadership position while you're in college. This kind of goes with the club thing. I wanted to join a club. Well, it was more like an organization. It was like a thing for freshmen where I could have been a mentor. I did this my freshman year, and it was okay. So my sophomore year, I really wanted to become a mentor in that club, but I decided not to because bias and shit like that. And I do wish I did, because it also, one, it looks great on your resume, and two, having that leadership experience, I think will really teach you a lot. I did get a little bit of leadership experience from dance club because I choreographed a lot of my own dances, but even so, I do wish I had more of a mentor leadership experience, because that will really help you in actual real life. Take care of your body. Last semester, I was really trying to have that college experience that I was missing out on all the other years that I was in college. So I kept putting aside going to the gym. I did still go, but not as much as I did. And I didn't care about eating healthy as much. And I think it not only affected me physically, but honestly, I think it affected me more mentally. So taking care of yourself should be priority over everything else, in my opinion. It's so easy to put friends and schoolwork before taking care of yourself. So I think it's important to not do that. So this goes back with time management. If you can manage time to make sure you're taking care of yourself and doing schoolwork, but also having your social life, you can do it. But take care of yourself, I think, should be the first priority. And I saw this with other people as well. Like, they did not take care of themselves. They were focusing so much on schoolwork or so much on friends and clubs that it affected them a lot in a negative way. So make sure you take care of yourself. Get to know the staff members of your college, get to know your professors, the president, dining hall workers, etc. Because I think that will really emphasize your experience. I went to a Catholic school that had monks living on campus, and I didn't really have a full conversation with them until last semester, and even then it wasn't a big conversation. And I really wish I talked to them more. I'm personally not religious, but they were interesting to learn from. They had a lot of life experience and just knowledge that I think I would have benefited from if I talked to them a little bit more. And getting to know your professors, and that will obviously help you with the class, but also just help you with college life in general, with academics. I think it's really good if you get to know your professors. One of the best things I can tell you right now is that you make your own experience. There's a few people that I know that went to college and said they had a shitty experience, but in my opinion, it's because of the choices they made. They didn't socialize, they didn't want to do anything, they didn't join any clubs, and then all they did was schoolwork. And I think doing that will, of course, lessen your experience because you're not pushing yourself, you're not trying to meet new people or trying to join all these things, or you're letting negativity get to you. You're gonna make friends, you're gonna lose friends, you're gonna have a whole experience in college. And the people who take the negativity too hard, I think it really affects their college experience. So you need to make your own experience. You need to be the one who's social to have the social experience. You need to put yourself out there and join these clubs if you want to be a part of the college. It doesn't just come to you, you have to do it. And lastly, this is also advice to me as well. Even after college, you can still have the experience. That's something that I'm learning right now. because I kept thinking about all the things I missed out on. Like, my big thing was theater. But I am trying to get more involved in theater now and doing community theater or stuff on the side so that I can still have that experience of doing a show, because I love performing. I love it. You can still see your friends and have little parties with your friends even after college, and it'll be better because you'll have money. Even if you didn't have the college experience that you really wanted, you can still make up for it in the future, even after you graduate. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I had a great college experience, but these tips, I think, is some of the biggest lessons I learned. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you liked the tips that I gave you. And if you are starting college in the fall, congratulations. This is such a huge, life-changing experience. I am so different from the person I was freshman year in the best way possible. It is very much a transformative 4 years. If you guys like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I will be talking about nursing specific next. If you have any questions about nursing school, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. All my social medias are linked down below and will also be at the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys later. Bye!